so hot today. Freaking horsefly just bit me. It stings like hell. Today's crystal of the day is yellow, or some people call golden topaz. So it's good for manifestation of whatever's in your will. Just an update. I am done with Luke in the New Testament of the Bible. You can see where the green marker is. I'm almost done with the Holy Bible. I'll be done in June. Finally almost done with this stupid book. It's not a stupid book, but I'm just so tired. I'm like so done with it. Like I'm ready to move on to another book. Finally, I'll be done very, very soon. Yeah, not even a month. So I know I said that last time, but I miscalculated. Anyway, it just takes a long time. It's such a long book. Like you have no idea. A crystal a day in the morning, 2 chapters of the Bible in the morning as well, along with my prayer, my meditation. It just takes my whole morning, basically. So I've been doing it every day for years now, and I just noticed such a great improvement. And I'm getting a little emotional now because I have an update to give you. This is my car. I've had it since 2017. And I just paid it off. I had to do a little twerk there. I got excited. Yes, my baby is finally paid off. I'm so freaking relieved. You have no idea. Like I'm no longer in debt. I just have a mortgage. Like officially debt free. I'm gonna work on that next too. I'm working on the home loan next. Absolutely, that's a priority. I just feel so relieved, guys. Like so relieved not to have a car payment anymore. My baby is paid off. I'll drive it until the wheels fall off. Like I kid you not, I'm that type of person. Like no more cars, no more payments, no more stress. I'd rather sleep peacefully at night. Let me get inside. Girl, it is hot. You see me, I just showered and I'm already sweating. Ooh, it is hot in this garage. I'm sorry, car, I gotta go inside. I mean, I love you, but no way. Like, it's too hot up in here. Girl, ooh. Florida, it's like dry 1 minute, humid the next. Very strange. Hope you guys enjoyed the park. I came back with Paco. It took him a long time to cool down. He got so warm. My friend Paco, we paid off the car. We paid off the Jeep Mobile. Yeah, we paid it off. Doesn't it suck? We still have to pay insurance. Like my car, like what's the point? My car insurance went up like crazy. Like what's the point, right? Like it never ends. It's never enough. Ugh, that's life in this world, I guess. But anyway, so at peace right now. Like so at peace. Yes, Poopsie. I was hesitant at first, but I'm like, it's only a good decision, you know? Like if something were to happen to you, what you leave behind, you don't want your family to be responsible for that debt, right? That's where my thoughts first went. And then I was thinking, you know, the car obviously still holds value. So, you know, you'd get that value back if you were to trade it in or sell it. Yeah, I think I made the right decision. I really did. I do want a golf cart, but that's a different story. That's going to have to wait, of course. But I literally couldn't have done it without you guys' help. Like, seriously, the bookings saved me. Like, yeah. I couldn't do anything with YouTube alone. Absolutely not. Bookings helps so much. And if anything, running my own side businesses / hustles taught me to be more responsible financially. But I also learned a lot from a guy named Jeremiah Babe, which I follow on YouTube, and many others. I just like listening to preppers, you know, and every prepper I've heard always says, pay off your car, pay off your house. Like, that's priority, you know. And yeah, some people like realtors, they go into that too. I won't even go into that because honestly, like I had a rant about that on TikTok the other day. Like realtors, not all realtors know everything either, okay? Like I'm not just gonna listen to their advice. You have to have discernment at the end of the day, right? It's hot, I gotta close this window. But while I'm sitting here vlogging, yeah, like no more guys. Like we have to be responsible nowadays, right? Like if I can't afford something, I'm not gonna, you know, go buy it. Like when I first bought this car, well, actually it was in 2015. It was another car, but then I got into a car wreck 2 years after that in 2017, and then I had to buy my second car, which is this car currently, which is the same car except like a slightly upgraded from the last car. I made a stupid decision to, and you might learn something from this, is why I'm telling you to. I made the stupid decision to lease it at first for a few months, and then I decided to buy it. I'm like, why am I renting, right? I got out of an apartment and bought myself a house to not rent. Why am I doing the same with my car? I'm insane, right? So I wanted just a cheaper payment, but you know, leasing works if it works for you, okay? It didn't work for me. I wanted ownership, right? So I made the dumb decision to lease and then shortly after buy it, which ended up costing me more in the long run because you know how car dealers work, right? Oh, this is worth 20K when it's only worth 15K. So they'll sell it to you as 20K, even though it's already used. As soon as you walk it off the lot, it's already a third deduced, right? So dumb decision, dumb idea. And in 2015, what did I know? I just got my license. I was 21 and I barely had income. Like, if anything, my income was the same as the amount that the car cost to buy. So anyway, that was a dumb move, right? Like, I was better off just getting like a junk car, right? But I guess I felt like pressured at the time, and I thought, you know, like, oh, you know, I look cool. You know, I used to care about that stuff, like, oh, you know, like my appearance and what I wear and stuff like that. You know, that's just so silly now looking back. And that's why, you know, even after the accident, I think that was like God telling me at the time, hey, slow down. Like, right, like, you know, you don't have to necessarily make these big extravagant purchases, you know. And that was a lot at the time. I mean, in 2015, for a 21-year-old, like, kids were looking at me in my college class. They were like, oh, you just, you know, you bought this. Are you sure you can afford it? And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, my payment was literally like $300 a month, right? So anyway, yeah. And I'm just tired. I'm tired of debt. That's why I paid off my debt last year. I paid off all the student loans. all the credit cards, everything. Like I had furniture loan. I had when I first bought this house, like loan after loan after loan. My, how the credit limit goes so high. So now it's all done, and yeah, this is just that last thing left. So there you go. I'm even like F the swimming pool, right? Like pay off the darn house, right? You get me? Like you feel me? I think that's the wisest move. Like I'm starting to think differently nowadays, more rationally rather than like, I'm just trying to impress, Who am I going to impress? I don't even have people to see, right? Like my friends are always busy. Like, no one wants to hang out anymore. Everyone's getting old, and it's just like, no judgment there. Like, I mean, like all my friends are like definitely older than me, way older, at least a decade plus, some 2-3 decades. Like, no, 3 decades. Yeah, almost, I would say. All the people I've ever known, so it's like, whatever. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about that and kind of like journal it. I like looking back on this like months, years from now and seeing like, oh, that's where I, had that milestone. And then I'm looking back like 5 years from now, oh, I made this goal. Oh, I pay this off, or, so it helps me reach my goals, and not just talking to you guys, and hopefully it inspires you to do something, to get up and move. And, I was so depressed, so lost years ago, loaded with debt, and I just felt so miserable. And also, Terry Savelle Foy, I listened to her for motivation. She's always like, pay off the car, my daughter did it, so can you, right? Stuff like that. Stern disciplinary words of action, and that inspires me, that motivates me, because I feel like everyone and their mother has debt, and is so stressed because of it. It's an eater. It eats at you. It eats away the interest rate, right? Like it eats at you. It literally consumes you within, and you're never at peace because you're always owing man money. And I don't want to do that anymore. I'm done. I'm done with that, like, officially, totally, I choose peace. So, Tony, you looking at this 5 years from now, remember that, this is your reminder. Be at peace, right? Like, choose peace and choose what makes you happy. This definitely made me happy today, I don't need a second car, right? Most people, they'll be like, oh, now time to second. And have an extra repair expense if something happened to the car, and have extra insurance. No, thank you. No. Who am I going to impress? The only one I'm trying to impress is God and myself. Anyway, so maybe you got something out of this. All right. Ramble over. I'm doing fine, guys. Thank you very much for your thoughts, prayers, for my family. I'm praying for you guys. And may you be blessed. May you be debt-free. May you be abundant today. May you have peace in your life. I want to start doing more like prayer vlog stuff here too. Like sometimes I'm sitting here praying and praying and praying to the point I'm like singing. I'm like, hallelujah, glory be to God. Like, I'm saying, yeah. It's just stuff that feels good, And I think you should always do what feels good, because doing what feels good, what feels right, the joyous vibration is one of the most highest frequencies possible. And I think if you continue connecting with that, someday, eventually, the problem goes away. The burden, the pain, the suffering, the agony, the loss, it goes away, and then you're at peace and you have nothing else but peace. And I think that's a huge part of what we're here to do on this planet, is to just shift and enlighten ourselves and stop focusing on like, I'm going to buy that new Mercedes, I'm going to buy the new BMW. Like, okay, cool. If you can afford it, go do it. If I had your money, I would do the same. But, it's not everything, because a lot of stuff tries to distract us in this world, like take our eye away from what really counts, and that's what's within, Anyway, guys, I was emotional, now I'm not. I'm just more happy. Like, there's no reason to be emotional, right? There's no reason to be a crybaby. This is going to be such a small thing. I'm going to look back and be like, oh, this was such a small thing in the bigger scheme of things, and, I'm I'm going to do so much more amazing things that I can't even imagine. Like, I can't even imagine I was here. Like 5 years ago, you were to tell me I'd be here right now in 2018. I wouldn't have believed you. And another 5 years, I'm going to look back and say the same. You know? I guarantee it. Even if our world is changing, you know, I try not to let that distract me or bother me too much. Like, oh, you're not going to own anything. You know, that kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about? Like, what's going on that everyone's talking about? Yeah. So anyway, I try not to let that stop me. No matter what happens. Because, you know, we still need a reason to get up in the morning. We still need a reason to work towards something. We still need purpose. We need motivation. Like, if you always focus and obsess about, oh, that's going to happen to us all, we're not really going to, you know, end up having anything to our name because of things going on, allegedly. You're always going to think, what's the point? What's the point of even trying? What's the point of even working, you know? Sorry, my camera's shaking. Anyway, I have a booking tarot reading to do. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I hope you enjoy these every Friday weekly vlogs. Oh, yeah, I have to upload my vlog, don't I? Okay. So, it's today, actually. I have to upload a vlog. So, yeah, I'm like 3 vlogs ahead of you guys. So, by the time you see this, it's going to be like probably end of March. It's still the end of February. So, there you go, guys. Thank you for joining me on my journey. And I will see you in the next one. Good vibes your way. Take care. Bye-bye.